They were designed for the battlefields of ancient Japan. Now, though, they're on another battlefield.
This man has still got the samurai sword.
The streets of Britain. This is 23-year-old Wayne Bates, loose and armed with a 15-inch blade. His rampage left no one dead. Others have been less lucky.
It went through, I think, Robert's left shoulder. It went down and cut the left bronchial off to his windpipe. It went through the left chamber of his heart that left a wound you could get your forefinger in. It went on to cut the main circulation artery at the bottom of the heart, and I think that's named the aorta, and it also cut through 2 vertebrae in his back. So that is what a 12-inch samurai sword did to Robert.
Barbara Dunn is the founder of Mothers Against Knives. It was a sword, though, not a knife, that killed her son. Robert was stabbed in the back with a samurai sword. He bled to death through his mouth. Since that day in 2003, she's fought for the weapon to be banned. Today it will be. In a government announcement expected this morning, anyone caught possessing, manufacturing or importing an imitation samurai sword will face a minimum of 6 months in prison and a fine of £5,000. Authentic swords will be exempt. They are expensive, rare and pose little threat. According to Home Office figures, there have been nearly 100 crimes involving the sword since 2003, 6 of them murders. They are easily available. One simple search reveals numerous UK-based websites all offering the swords. They're designed for collectors, but they're cheap and in the wrong hands, lethal. The new legislation, expected to be enforced from April, will outlaw all sales.
He's hidden cards with the sword.
It is, though, a challenge. With a ban in place, swords may just join guns in an underground but easily accessible criminal world. Mark Stone, Sky News.
A disgruntled driver has attacked the motorcycle cop who stopped him with a samurai sword. Every available unit is homing in on the scene, and several are already pursuing the deadly swordsman. Despite the attack, the biker has managed to smash the rear window of the wanted car, which is using false plates. With such a violent criminal at large, everyone is in danger, and Ronnie and Roma use the hard shoulder of the M1 to join the pursuit. Simon and Chris have already caught up with the desperate swordsman as a marked car attempts to bring an end to his flight. The manoeuvre puts the car into the path of Chris and Simon, who force it into the crash barrier. Incredibly, the violent fugitive regains control of his vehicle and, defying the danger, heads up the motorway the wrong way, directly towards Ronnie and Roma. An earlier bid to halt the car has disabled another proactive unit. Simon and Chris know it's risky driving against the traffic on one of Britain's busiest roads.
No, this is dangerous. No, it's dangerous.
To keep the public out of harm's way, Ronnie and Roma have stopped the traffic. But the driver's now crashed and fled into the fields, still armed with his razor-sharp sword. With such a dangerous suspect on the loose, it's vital to get as many units on scene as possible.
Ronnie, watch the car!
Sorry, mate.
The sword is lying in the field, but the bloke is still struggling to escape. The cops think he may still be armed. The attacked biker turns out to be Conrad Lee, a former member of the proactive team.
As I pulled this vehicle over, the man came out of the car, started to attack me with a samurai sword. I've narrowly avoided getting hit with it. I managed to escape him before he caused any injury. Summoned units. We've had a pursuit up the motorway while vehicles have crashed. This man has now been detained after decamping into a field. He's been arrested for the obvious offences, and luckily no police officers injured. No members of the public are injured, and the only casualties seem to be the police vehicles, which is a good thing, bearing in mind the safety of the public on this fast motorway road. That's Katana now.
The bloke was charged with assault and stealing the car. It turned out he was also wanted for a robbery where a woman was smashed over the head with a club. ANPR operations regularly pick up serious criminals as well as the uninsured, the unlicensed and the untaxed. Conrad and another PC were awarded the Chief Constable's Higher Commendation for bravery for their part in the arrest.
Open it down! Give me a fucking mother!